Hello and welcome to my stamp studio. I'm here today to share this awesome new catalog with you. I apologize for the delay. I do have to say, my phone restarted on me all of a sudden and I couldn't get the phone to auto-rotate. What do you know? Technology. It is what it is. But we're going to get started today. If you have a catalog and you have received it from me, go ahead and pull it out. We're going to go through all the different things in here. I'm going to give you just tips on how to find things and what things mean in the catalog, and point out some new products that are really going to be amazing. I don't have a lot of the new products yet. I'm still waiting for my pre-order. So next Sunday, I plan to do a well, not a pre-order, but my order unboxing, so you can see all the fabulousness of the new products. So I'm just going to turn away for just a second because I just want to get to my feed here just so I can see everything. I'm hoping that everyone is there. I'm hoping that I'm actually live because I was, then I wasn't. So if you're there, say hi, leave me a comment. If you're watching the replay, please type replay in the comment. Hi, Amy. And let me know that you're watching the replay. I will be uploading this to YouTube. That way, for those of us who aren't on a Facebook, have a chance to see this catalog tour as well. So if you're watching a YouTube replay, please put in a comment, subscribe to my YouTube channel, and just put replay so I know that someone's actually looking at it. So I'm going to flip down because, as I said, I'm going to put this up on YouTube, and I don't want all the chit-chatting going on. So you can see my lovely little face for like 2 seconds more, and then I'm going to flip down. So if you get dizzy, you little motion sickness, close your eyes. I'll let you know when to open them. Okay, you can open them. I'm going to move my light here a little bit. I am thinking I have to turn off my overhead light because I've got a bit of a glare there. And I don't want to have a glare on the catalog as we're going through it. So hopefully that's not too dark. And yeah, I'm hoping this is good. So right now you see all these little tabbies in here. That's because... yeah, and ignore my 2 nails there. That's because I wanted to make sure I hit those pages for you. So isn't it a pretty front? This is a stamp set, and this is actually a die that is in the catalog. It's really cute. But first things first, let's go ahead and open to your table of contents. So here is really kind of how they group everything. You're going to find all sorts of icons throughout the catalog. So this N indicates it's a brand new product. This one indicates, this little 2 flowers here, indicates it's a reversible stamp. And I'll go into a little bit what that is when we get to one of the pages. Distinctive here means it is a stamp image that has like multiple, I guess layers is the best way to explain it. So it's not a solid ink covering. You're going to have differentiations in how it's in the stamping of it. So it gives it more dimension, more of a photo-like look. The little clock here is going to be a quick and easy project. And then also when the sets and bundles are available in English or French. So let's get started again. And just some different things that it talks about Stampin' Up and all the different things you can do. One thing I want to share with you. So I've already gone through this catalog a lot. Now I've already kind of damaged my little binder here because I go through it. I don't know about you, but I go through it probably about 100 times. I go forward, I go back, I go forward, I go back. That's just so I can find all the different things in here because I do miss things when I first go through. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to be going to my office supply store and getting a binding on here, a spiral binding, so that when I open it, it'll lay flat and I don't have to worry about doing this every time I open it. Okay, let's see. I'm just going to kind of flip through some of these beginning pages. Let's talk about kits. So Stampin' Up! Has 2 different kinds of kits. They have what's called Paper Adventure, and this is a monthly subscription. You can buy a prepaid, 3-month, 6-month, 12-month subscription to it, or you can pay month to month. It's totally up to you what you do. But it is an all-inclusive kit. It has your stamp, it has your ink, it has your paper, it has your embellishments, it has your adhesives, everything that you need. The spot that comes in is called a Stampin' Spots. It's a little 1-inch square stamp pad, and every month it's a different color. The thing about this is you get a little bit of a sneak on what it may be, but they don't show us what that is. So if you do like a surprise, this is the thing for you. If you'd rather know what's in your kit, then you'd want to take a look at our kit collection. Our kit collection is awesome for someone who wants to be able to put some cards together in a hurry. Maybe you don't have a lot of space and you don't want to have a lot of things on hand. These are perfect because you make what's in the kit and then you use it, and you can put your little stamp aside and your little spot aside, and it doesn't take up much room at all. But what's nice about it is you get to pick what you want in your kits. So I'm just trying to see if I have one handy. I don't right now, so we'll make sure to hit one next week. But what's nice about this is you see the design. So when you go online, they don't have all the kits posted in the catalog because they go in and out of stock, and they add some, they remove some. So you do have to see this online. So you can go to my online store, and then you can go to kits, and then you can see all of the available kits. So if something goes on back order, they just remove it from you being able to purchase it, and then they'll replace it with something else, or they may bring it back. So it's a great way to do things. If you want to get together with a group of friends, this is a great thing to do. Each of you can get a different kit and then swap out your cards and share them. Okay, so let's see. The other thing they have is what's called a suite. So I'm going to flip back to my table of contents here. So here we have several different suites. I'm not going to hit every one of them, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about them. So this first product suite here is Tea Boutique. It is really an awesome kit, an awesome suite. So what does a suite mean? Well, a suite is like featured on this page here. So it is the stamps, it's the dies, it is the designer series paper. Sometimes it's envelopes, sometimes it's note cards, but it's the whole bunch of products that you can get all at one time. On the next page from the suite, it shows you the stamp set, and down here you'll see the dies. So I know it's a little hard to see, but in the back of the catalog, there's a section on the dies. And I tell you what, the majority of time when I go in the back of the catalog, and I'll show you where that is, I'll give you that page number in just a little bit. But most of the time when I go to the back of the catalog and look at the samples that are with the bundle, that's what makes me fall in love with the bundle. So if these cards didn't do it for me, oh my gosh, when you go back here, it will. The other thing I want to tell you about is a designer series paper. So you can get each of these items individually, or you can purchase as a suite. Now, designer series paper, when they show you the picture of it, what they do is they give you some highlights of the predominant colors within that designer series paper. You'll see more colors as we get back to that section in the catalog, but this gives you a little kind of a quick cheat sheet, I guess, of what colors are featured in these pattern papers. Okay, and I got my little cheat sheets here, so I want to make sure I'm going through all the things I wanted to talk about, and I'm missing one thing here. Let's see. Oh, I might have thrown it away. Okay, let's see, what else do I want to tell you about a suite? I think when we get to more of the suites, I'll be able to explain it better. Okay, so then throughout here, you'll notice that, for example, right here is that little N icon. I know it's kind of hard to see, and that's because I highlighted it because I already own this one. So whenever I purchase a stamp set or a bundle or something, I like to highlight in my catalog. That way I don't end up buying it again, because I have done that a few times. So just sharing that. So that little N indicates it's a new product. So if you're looking for the latest and greatest, that's how you find it. Now also there's another little icon here, this little mini emboss, cut and emboss machine. That tells you that the dies that are in this bundle here will fit into the mini die cut machine. So all of these dies will all fit in the mini die cut machine. So quick tip on that one. Let's see. I'm going to skip over quite a few things just because I'm going to hit some highlights in here. This is another actual great looking new bundle. This bundle, and that's the other thing I wanted to tell you about, bundles can either come as a stamp set and a punch, or a stamp set and dies. This particular one happens to be a stamp set and a punch. Now again, you don't have to purchase both things. If you do purchase both the stamp set and the punch, you get a 10% discount. When it's bundled like this, it will tell you it's going to give you a 10% discount. If you just want the stamp set alone or just the punch, you can order it individually. You do not have to order it as a bundle, but they like to give you products that you can use together, which are meant to coordinate with each other. All right, let's see. Where did I want to go? Oh, my little notes, because I go through the catalog actually, and I may find a card that I like. I'm like, oh, this design looks pretty cool, but I don't know that I want to use this particular stamp set, but I like how this looks. So I usually put a little note in here, and I put little notes down to myself of what I think, what other stamp set I think I might like. Get ideas from your catalog book. This is what this is, an idea book as well. So it's great for some references. Again, you don't necessarily have to use the design that it has here. Like, look at this one. You may say, well, I don't have a seashell. You know what? Find a different stamp set, dies, or punch that you have, and use the same layer. So you have a card base, you have designer series paper, you have some sort of die cut, and then a stamped image. So really just get your ideas, go through like that. Okay, I'm going to see some more. Let's see, where's the next page I want to go into? I want to find the reversible stamps. So let me get to one of them, or I guess I'll just have to kind of flip through when I get to one here. Oh, let's see. Okay, another thing to talk to you about. So the Ladybug, Hello Ladybug, is one that's currently available in our January to July mini or January to June mini catalog. In that catalog, it's available as a bundle, and you're going to save 10%. With this new catalog, if you order it this way, you need to order it individually. So if you want this coordinating punch, and it's really phenomenal, it'll cut out your ladybug and your body and wings. If you want that punch with it and want the 10% off, make sure you use the code in the mini catalog. All right. Oh, another thing here. So a lot of times too, when a die set, I'm going to get to a better one here. Okay, let's look at this one, because this one's really cute, and I did order this. I can't wait to share this with you. So one thing in the catalog, you'll note that these stamps here are kind of highlighted different than other ones in the book. The reason is because the dies that come with this one will cut out this pattern. So that way you can see, if I purchase the dies and the stamp set, what will my dies cut out? So it'll cut out the hearts, the apples, the basket, the cat, the butterfly, and the craft supplies. So whenever it's highlighted like that, that means that a punch or a die is going to cut those images out. All right. Here's a great one to talk about, a suite. So again, the suite is always over on the left side here. Sometimes it may change sides, but it's usually the first side. And it talks about all the different things. So you use one product code here to get everything. So everything would be your designer series paper. It would be your embellishments. It would be your stamp set. It would be the dies. And sometimes there is some other twine or something else available. But right now with this one, it is designer series paper, embellishments, stamp set, and dies. So if you want it all, then you use this code here. And it includes the 10% off on the bundle. So that is the price. Or if you don't like the designer series paper, maybe you don't like the embellishments, but you just want this, then go ahead and get the bundle. Oh, let's see, I went through that. I'm still trying to find the reversible stamps, so when I get to one, I will definitely point it out to you. I don't know which page it's on off the top of my head. I know what stamp set it is, but... and you'll see on occasion that Stampin' Up! Will bring items back. So this was in our holiday catalog, just this past holiday catalog. So that may look familiar. Okay. All right. So let's see here. Isn't this one cute? I have to tell you, this is one of the suites. I purchased the whole suite because I thought this was stinking cute. I can't wait to use it. I can't wait to show you. I can't wait to actually touch and feel everything. So that will be next weekend when I can show that all to you. I'm so excited about it. Can you tell? I'm such a geek. Okay, let's see what else I can share with you. Okay, here's one thing I forgot to tell you about. So at the very top corners here, you're going to see like kids and babies, and you'll see this little color icon. In your catalog, we flip back before, we'll see a different color with a different title. So they kind of group things by category here. So these would be all occasion sets. So it could be used for anything is what they're saying. And they try to section that out in the catalog. So you'll see different color sections for all the different types of products that are available in here. So you can more quickly find things that you're looking for. All right, let's see. Trying to just get through some of these really quick, and I'm flipping through. So if you haven't seen the catalog, they brought another little piggy set back. Aren't we excited about that? So if you like this little piggy, you're gonna like this piggy, this birthday piggy. Just saying. Okay, Abigail Rose. So on this one here, this suite here, this suite comes with your stamp set, your dies, your designer series paper, and this time it'll actually come with some natural finish ribbon. I did order this ribbon. I thought it was more burlappy, but from what I understand, it's not. So I'll be showing that to you as soon as it comes in. All right, let's see. I'm just, like I said, I'm trying to find a reversible one so I can show you. And I haven't hit it yet. All right, let's see. Am I missing any other icons for you? So here's one of the distinctive right here. So that just means, can you see the different shading in the stamp? So here it's a little lighter, here it's a little darker. So when you stamp, it's not going to be one solid color. It's going to be a shade darker here and a shade lighter here. That's what the distinctive means. Okay. So our next section here is love, thanks, and support. Let's see. This is the He's the Man suite. Very different. This suite is pretty different. The designer series paper actually has some die cuts included as part of the designer series paper. And this particular suite, it includes the rustic metal adhesive dots. This one I do have. This one we will be doing. In fact, this is going to be a masculine card class that I will be doing in June. I know there's so many new things in here, so I'm just kind of flipping through because I know there's very specific things I want to get to and just not finding it. Let's see. Maybe I can, I'll worry about it when it comes, right? All right, so what is the next thing? Oh, here we go. Here's reversible stamps I was talking about. So when you see this, so this right here shows you that this stamp is available to be cut out from a die cut. So there's dies that coordinate with this, and it will cut out this image. So one side of the stamp image is a photopolymer set, has this detail on it. The other side is a solid image. And you can stamp this, and they're identical. So no matter which one you stamp, it will cut perfectly with the dies. So same with this tree. So here, the tree, you have the detail here. There's a die that will cut this out. And if you flip the stamp over itself, so let's say, let me grab a, I don't have a photopolymer. Let's say this is detail. Okay, so this is your stamp image. I know I didn't bring any stamps over here to show you. I have everything put away. So this is your detailed side of your stamp, and normally you would stamp it, and have your nice detail. On the flip side of it, if you were to put this right onto your clear block, it would stamp a solid image. So on one side of your stamp is detailed, the other side is solid. So that's what reversible stamps mean. And now, because I was throwing my stuff all over, I kind of lost track of where I was at here. Okay. The next thing to talk about is two-step. So when I get to a two-step, I will explain what that is. Okay, perfect. Here is a two-step stamp set. That's indicated right down here at the bottom. And I'm going to lift my book up. So it'll say two-step. Two-step typically means that one stamp you'll stamp first, and then you'll take another one and stamp over the top of it. So that's what two-step stamping is. That's what a two-step stamp set is. All right. There are some really neat background kind of shapes and colors. So this is a distinctive one, and you can tell because you have light and dark on the same stamp. Okay, let's see. Oh, I'll get to these pieces back here. All right. So next I want to talk about is our angel policy. So whenever you hand stamp cards and you are going to sell them, you need to have a angel policy stamp on the back of your card. So whether it has just the copyright Stampin' Up or one of these other ones, you just need to make sure, again, if you're going to sell your hand stamp products, that you have one of these on the back of your product. What I like to do is I like to use Versamark. It's a watermark ink and it's very subtle, but I'm following the guidelines for the angel policy. So let's see. Some of these are really cool. Like this one, it's a little stamp. Isn't that fun? We actually used these in our team meeting the other week to make our color charts. So we stamped with the different ink colors and used those. I do use these a lot, especially for me. I use this one almost all the time. But when I'm doing something for someone special, I will use other ones. A paper hug for me, this is great for a card, not just for the back of the card. But what I actually did is I took the sending, and I'm going to have to show you this die. I wasn't going to pull all this out, but I gotta just show you this. It was so exciting. So in the Sending Smiles stamp set, it comes with coordinating dies. Awesome, right? I'll show you the stamp set again. But there's one that says Sending. So I actually took Sending and I put it with a paper hug for me. So I just used Designer Series paper, cut this out with cardstock, and then I stamped this on a little white circle and put Sending a paper hug for me. I thought it was the cutest thing. Sorry, I know I get geeky, but you know, sometimes I like to share how fun you can be with different things. So here was the Sending. So that's how it looked. So it said Sending paper hug for me. Thought it was cute. Okay, I'm just gonna leave those on. Let's see, dazzling display, all the different kinds of things. So the markers, the embellishments, the ribbons, the brushes, all the tools, all the everything that makes crafting fun is all in this next section here. The color collections here is all of our Stampin' Up! Colors in their color families. So you'll see your neutrals, regals, subtles, basics. Over on the other side here, you have your in colors. So we have two sets of in colors. We have our 21-23, which is ones that you've already seen, and our new ones, which is the 22-24. In colors are always available for 2 years, and then they are replaced with another set. So they're always coming up with something new for us. But in these color collections here, so you can get your card, you can order your individual cardstock, your individual stamp pads, your refills, and your blends. So there are almost blends for every color. There's a couple that we don't have. So like some of the brights, just because some of the other colors are so close to it, they didn't put those in blends. Okay. Also your basics. So these are your I call them neutrals, but your vanilla, your black, your gray, your color lifter, things like that. It'll show you what those are. The next section is clutter control. Now, why it jumped to clutter control, not sure, because what I'd really like to share with you is the following page. We're going to come back to this, but this assortments and bundles page. So this really goes with your color collections. If you wanted to get a sampler of the colors and you didn't want, because you don't know which colors to purchase, this is a great way to go. So you can get cardstock and all the colors. So for brights, for example, you're going to get 10 different colors in this packet, and there's 2 of each color. So you get a sampler of the color. That way you know what colors you want. Over here, when you're ordering from the cardstock here, you're getting a full pack of this color or a full pack of this color. The assortments and bundles allows you to get a sampler of all the different colors in a particular color family. The one thing that's not available right now is the classic stamp pads in the majority of colors here. You can get them for the in colors, I believe, but not for our larger color families. There was some supply issues, some supply chain issues. So right now you can't order it as a bundle, but you can order the individual ones. Then it also talks about your markers, your pastels, and your watercolor pencils. Next thing, oh, you need to tab this in your catalog. Just telling you, put that tab right here, right on the top, so you can always go back and find your adhesives. Eventually, I'll memorize the page number, but it's a new catalog. I haven't memorized it yet. But this is one of my go-to pages. I put at least some sort of adhesive on every single order I place. I always am getting adhesive because you don't want to be stuck crafting at 2 a.m. in the morning and run out of dimensionals, because that's like, that's bling. You're missing out on bling. Or you don't want to, run out of your liquid glue or your seal, because then you can't put your cards together. So make sure you always have adhesives on hand. All right, the wow factor. So these pages here are just some of the extra tools and fun things that you can have to add a little something something to your cards. So you may want some embossing paste or embossing powders or the masks. It has the different kinds of inks right here. So your Stays-On ink, great to use with markers and watercolor pencils and your watercolor painters. Memento, this is meant to be used with your Stampin' Blends. Okay. Now your blender pen is different from Stampin' Blends. So this is a blender pen. It has two ends that are clear, and it's meant to take a little bit of color from either a stamp pad or from your design here and kind of give it a watercolor look. Your blends are totally different here. So this is a blend. So it comes inked and it's in color, and these are alcohol based. Okay, so whenever you're using alcohol based blends, you use your Memento. Whenever you're using any watercolor based kind of thing, you're going to use your Stays-On. All right, and then it has your blending brushes. I have a ton of these. I recommend getting these. These work so much nicer than a dauber or a sponge. Those all still work and they work fine, but this gives you a little bit smoother look, I think. And the water painters, great to be doing watercolor look with. It's great to use some of those background techniques. Great things to have. And you get 3 in a package. Same with your blenders here, you get 3 in a package. Okay. Oh, Wink of Stella. Don't ever forget about your Wink of Stella. For a little extra bling, you can just fling on some Wink of Stella. Designer Series paper. This is one of my go-to sections here. So I'm going to move my DSP little tab right there, right to the top. I love this section. I really do go to this all the time. So when I am trying to figure out what colors are in my DSP, I can come here and look through, and it will tell me all the colors, not just what it said in the sampler one in the front, but it tells me all the different colors are involved. Also, when you get your Designer Series paper, in the back, this also tells you what colors are in your Designer Series paper. So this same list here is right here in your catalog. This will also tell you the price, and it will tell you if it's 12 by 12 or, in this case, 6 by 6. So it tells you what size those papers are. But look at some of the phenomenal papers. I can tell you the catalog doesn't do justice for getting these papers in your hand. The colors are amazing. When you see them in person, you're going to fall in love with them. Like the Happiness of Hues here, this is one that was used on the front of the catalog. So I'm going to flip this back. So this flower right here, look where it came from, right here. You can either fussy cut it or you can use the dies, and then you have perfect little flowers. Right, and like I said, it shows you all the different things. Now, all of our Designer Series paper is double-sided. I know, shocking, because sometimes you go to the store and you can buy Designer Series paper, but it's only on one side. And really, that paper is kind of thin. This is a little thicker. It's not as thick as cardstock. It's not meant to be. But it's a great deal. You get 12 sheets, $12. It's $1 a sheet. It's double-sided. So sometimes the worst thing about Designer Series paper is you might find that you fall in love with both sides of the paper and you don't know which one to use. You get 2 of each sheet, so there should be no problem there. Okay, sun prints, awesome. I have actually used this with more than just the products that it comes coordinating with. And those I'll share with you next week. I should be getting in all my swaps. So well, the majority of my swaps should be in. So I should have a bunch of card samples to show you using all different product, newer product. I can't wait to share those with you. The in colors, so you can get a pack of designer series paper in your in colors. Now this is part of my in color club and also my in color sampler. If you want more information on that, please contact me. Get on my email list so that you can get information on these. I will post a link for information to go to my website on Facebook. However, I can't send you the link to sign up for it. You'll have to email me so I can send you that link. I can only do it in my emails, so I need to be careful with that just because that's policy. So not only do we have our in colors in the 2 sets of different in colors, but we have each of our color families. So the design of the paper is flowers on one side, then stripes, and you get a little bit of a plaid and a polka dot. Oh my gosh, they're so fun. But it comes in all of our in colors and all of our color families. And then they have something new here. So they haven't done this before. Sorry, I had to get a drink. And by this, I mean, they haven't displayed the host product with the other designer series paper before. This is amazing. This is 48 sheets of designer series paper. It's 12 by 12. And you can get this as a host reward. What is a host reward? Well, host reward is when you place an order or a group of you place an order and your order goes over, and let me just get to our little chart in the back. So if you're ever wondering what kind of free stuff you're going to get, this is the place to find it. Oops, I went too far back. Right here. So when you put an order in, or you get a group of friends to put an order in, and it's over $150, you get 10% back, and let's call it Stampin' Cash. And you can purchase anything you want out of the catalog. Or you can purchase some of the exclusive host items. The only way that you can get these items is when your order goes over $150 or a group of orders goes over $150. Then you can purchase this. But this is amazing. For 48 sheets, it's $18. That is a great deal because on our regular ones, you get 12 sheets. I'm sorry, you get 12 sheets for $12. So you're getting 4 times as much. So it is a great deal. So get a group of friends together, collect some orders, put it in, and say, hey, Beth, I want to host a workshop and I have orders. Let me know and I can help you out with that. Or if you want to put in a $150 order all by yourself, once you reach that amount, Stampin' Up! Will say, hey, you have some Stampin' Rewards. What would you like to use your Stampin' Rewards on? All right, memories and more, and cards and envelopes. This is something new I wanted to point out. We finally have craft envelopes. Woohoo! We used to have crumb cake, and I missed having that because for me, sometimes during the holidays and for masculine cards, I was always using that. Well, they stopped it for a while, and now they're bringing them back. In addition, this actually has a box to hold in the note cards and envelopes. So this is note cards and envelopes, not just envelopes. You can also still order your envelopes just like before. They're bringing back in the slimline catalog. So all of your note card and envelope kind of things are all on these 2 pages. So this is page 136 and 137. I know it's a whirlwind, but I'm just trying to show you some highlights in here. Look through your catalog. Look through the digital catalog. I did put a link to the digital catalog in case you don't have a physical copy of one. I personally love to have this in my hand because I will look at it when I'm just sitting around. Sometimes I need to get away from my computer. Sometimes I actually do walk away from my stamp table. I know it may be surprising, but I like to go and sit down and relax, and I'll just flip through the catalog. Beyond Basic. So these are some specialty papers that Stampin' Up! Has to offer. Some very fun things. So they did bring back the craft, and they did bring back the Layering Designs Vellum. Both of these were in the January to July, I don't know why I keep saying July, January to June mini catalog. So you can order from there or there. They're the same price. They have all sorts of metallic papers now. So some distressed gold, your rose gold, and your gold metallic paper. Okay, wrap it up. We're going to get to this in a minute, but wrap it up. So these are all the different packaging things that they have. Now, it's a lot different from what it was in the previous catalog. So there are some differences, so check it out. They have these scallop craft treat boxes. Do these look familiar? These craft gift boxes? Those were also in our holiday. They brought them back for us. These are amazing. These are a great way to be able to gift some cards or put some treats in them. They have these peekaboo treat boxes. They're really cute. The embossed treat bags and delicate detail treat boxes. All of those are new. I will be getting those in, so you will be seeing those. And now, one of the highlights in the catalog, bling. It's all about the bling. They really do need to put dimensionals right here with the rest of the bling, though, because, you know, dimensionals are bling. Okay, but we have a lot of new embellishments here. So this is the section, this accessories and more, is where you're going to find all of your bling. So lots of fun things. You got to check it out. A ribbon. So page 144 starts all the different ribbons. Now, Stampin' Up's kind of, we used to have a ton of ribbon. Stampin' Up has kind of stepped back that and just really focused on what's kind of popular or what's kind of really current with the items in the catalog. So they've kind of cut back on it. But you can still get all of your in colors in the Baker's Twine. You can get the new in colors in metallic ribbon. And they still have that open weave ribbon for our previous in colors. So that's still there. But really, for this, what do I mostly use? I use my Baker's Twine. I use my black and white gingham. I do use the white glittered organdy quite a bit. I love Baker's Twine, so I always get that. Linen thread, that's just a given, right? And also, I love this white crinkled seam binding. I do stock up on this. This is one of those go-to items because if you have blends or even markers, you can color this ribbon to be whatever color you need. So stock up on this one. Just one of my tips for you. All right, Stamparatus. So on page 147, it talks about the Stamparatus. It shows you all the different things that come with it. You get your magnets. You can get your craft paper. It's not craft paper. It's your grid paper, but it's the small size. It's about 7 by 7 because it fits right onto the Stamparatus. They do have a new foam. So before we had this plain black foam, it comes with a new one that has a grid on it that you can easily wipe off if you get ink on it. And you can get replacement magnets. So if your magnets smack together and they cracked, you can get replacements. All right, see, handy helpers. So handy helpers, this is your clear blocks, your Stampin' Mist, your chamois, your scrub, your grid paper, the paper piercing mat, a must-have. So if you don't have a good surface to stamp on, especially with photopolymer, you need to have a little cushion underneath. That's a great thing to have. They have our cases, our stamp cases. They're clear and empty. I love using this to store my chamois in. It's one of those things I always do. You can also put some of your bling in there. So if you have packages of, you know, your embellishments, you can put them right inside there, label the front. They're wide enough to fit markers in. So if I am going somewhere, I actually will put, and I want to be using my markers, I actually put my markers in that stamp case, and then I have them with me. So I'll put markers and then my blenders in with it. Okay. Yep. So everything there, your storage case for your blocks. So I have a ton of blocks, so I do have a storage case. It just is very helpful for me to have them all in one place. I do have a big box that I put them in, so when I have classes, I have them there. Okay, punches. Here are where all the punch information is. So this is where I was talking about before. So if it is a bundle, it will show you that it's 10% off. It'll tell you what page that bundle is on, or that stamp set, that coordinating stamp set is on, and it will show you how it's going to punch out those images. But look at this great card. Now, I don't know if this was a stamp set that I would really consider, but this card is so fun that I may have to reconsider that. So just saying. When it's a bundle, you do get 10% off. So make sure that you're coming here and going, well, you know, I really like the stamp set. Oh, I might as well get the punch too. Or I really like the punch, but oh, look how awesome that stamp set is that goes with it. This one right here, yes, up and coming cards for June for Father's Day. Going to be part of the masculine stamp camp I'm planning. Love it. All right. So all of these, again, are bundles. So they're coordinating with a stamp set. Now, these are single punches. And by single punches, I mean it's not bundled with a stamp set. It can be used with a stamp set, but it isn't bundled. You don't get a special price for it. It's like dragonflies. We have a stamp set that this will punch out the stamps from the stamp set. Same with flowers and leaves. This does coordinate with another stamp set. But you can buy this individually. And again, you can buy these individually, but these are ones that are no longer bundled. So some of my go-to ones that I use for creating labels and creating pieces for my sentiments are these right here. Cloud Punch, well, you've seen me use that how many times? Love that one. Label Me Lovely. They look pretty familiar, huh? Decorative Circle. Now this looks like a fun one. This may be a new one to grab. Sometimes I like to use punches instead of pulling out my die cut machine. Maybe I just need something really quick, or maybe I just need one. So sometimes I like punches. Sometimes they're just easier to pull out and faster to pull out. The other thing is, if you're a beginner, or you know, maybe you don't have a die cut machine, then punches are a great way to go. Yes, that really started my addiction to dies. I'm just going to put a little forewarning there. So if you become addicted, I'm sorry. It's not my fault. I'm an enabler. I know. Okay. All right. So this one right here, it is a builder. So this is a hedgehog builder. So it shows you the pieces that you would punch out and how you use it to make your little image. So here was that ladybug we talked about earlier. So the leaves, the body, and that's the image it would make. Same thing with the whale die. Super excited that this is still here because I made some pretty cool swaps with that. Can't wait to share those with you. And then, does this look familiar? The die, the deer builder. And look, they punched out a little red nose. All right, let's talk about tools. So here is the page you find all the tools on. So page 155 is your tools. So here we have our Simply scoreboard. This is great if you're making a lot of 3D kind of things or doing projects with a lot of scoring. It's really nice to be able to have that because you can do it all pretty quickly. You can still do it with your trimmer, definitely, but it is nice to have. The couple things are on this page that I feel are the absolute must-haves. Definitely the trimmer. This is one of the best trimmers I've had. And I've had a lot over the years. I really do like their paper trimmer. You see me use it all the time. It is one that I use almost daily. Bone folder, can you tell? I use mine quite a bit. In fact, I'm almost on replacing another one because I use it quite a bit. I've had this one for probably about 20 years, so it's lasted quite a long time. I'm not saying that yours are going to last that long, but mine has. Take a pick tool. This is great. I love to use the putty end when I'm trying to pick up small pieces like, I don't know, sequins. Also, it helps to poke out some of those die cuts, those little tiny pieces that get stuck in there. That's what that's good for. Your snips, always have a really handy dandy sharp set of snips for your ribbon cutting. In fact, I have multiple snips. One I use for my paper cutting. So I have my little key fob here on there. So I know that this is my paper snips. The one that's super sharp that I always use for ribbon, I keep the little protective guide on there. So you can store it without poking your fingers. All right, now we're going to go over to our cut and emboss. So this is what they call to die for. So these are all the items related to die cutting and embossing from Stampin' Up. So you see that they have their cut and emboss machine right here and the mini cut and emboss machine. So this is that icon that we were talking about earlier. So anything that has this icon will fit in this machine. Now, any of the dies will also fit in the large one. It's just only some will fit in the smaller one. Same with the embossing folders that I'll show you. There are 2 different size embossing folders. And I'm just going to grab one out just so you have a reference here. And where is my, I just need to pull out a folder here. Okay, we'll pull out this one. So this is a regular embossing folder. And here we go. So it's thin. Let me pull it out of here so we can talk about this. So it's a thinner one. And you will need to read the guides that are on your base plate here to tell you how to push this through. We have 3D embossing folders, which are much thicker. And you do not use all the layers that you would. So make sure when you're doing it, you're reading this, because you will need this other layer to do these thicker ones. So look at how the difference in these. So you can kind of see how thick they are. Our mini folders are, again, about 3.5 inches wide. So that will fit right into your mini die cut machine. So they are smaller than our normal size one. And we also have larger ones that are 6 by 6. So obviously these have to go in the large one. Okay, something else that's super new and exciting. We have magnetic cutting plates back in. Woo! Yay! So super excited. I think we need a hand clap for this one. So hold on, please, while I bring out the hand clap. We had these before, but the other ones actually kind of curled up after you use them a lot. This is super duper heavy duty. It's not going to curl. Mine should be coming this week, and I will share that with you as soon as it comes in. But I wanted to let you know this is great. What this magnetic plate does is it holds your dies in place. You know how sometimes when you run that through, sometimes if you bump it, that die might just move just a little bit, and you have to recut it again because it moved. Well, with the magnetic plate, you don't have to worry about that. Now, they do have one for the mini. However, this is not yet available. So just so you're aware, the mini magnetic plate is not available. There were just some supply chain issues. So as soon as it becomes available, they will let us know. Another exciting thing is, and it's not on this page. Okay, I'll be quiet. Adhesive sheets. These are always great. So if you're using tiny dies or very intricate dies, putting them on adhesive sheets and running them through your die cut machine will put adhesive on the back so that you don't have to try and put adhesive on these small intricate pieces. Okay, so now we're going to talk about bundled dies. So here in page one, starting on page 160, it shows you all the different dies that are bundled with a stamp set. And you know it's bundled because you see this 10% and you see a card sample. So this is a good indication that there is a stamp set that's tied or coordinates with this bundle, these set of dies. So like, look at this amazing card here. I tell you what, this was what really pushed me over for this one. I thought this was just the coolest card. I'm like, I've got to have this. And let me tell you, don't think of this as just beer and wine. This could be root beer. This could be soda. So you could have soda in here. Just saying, there's a lot of different things. So this one has a ton. This Charming Sentiments bundle. This is one that I did. Did I get this one? I think I did. What this one is it will cut out the words. I gotta show you this one. So let's see. We're gonna go back here. It tells us what page it's on. So it tells us it coordinates with a Charming Sentiments stamp set on page 38. So I'm gonna flip back to 38 here. That's the other thing I love. It tells you where to find all the information. Look at these sentiments. So not only are the sentiments amazing, but everyone that's highlighted, and it's just about every single one, has a die that will cut it out. So remember the other night when we fussy cut out our greeting? Let me see if I have the card handy. Oh yeah, right here. So remember when we fussy cut out this greeting? we're not going to have to do that because this will now fussy cut our greetings for us. So it's going to die cut the greeting. Just saying. All right. So again, so when you want dies that coordinate with the stamp set, you're going to find them grouped together in the bundles. So just all sorts of amazing bundles. Check it out. Again, the card samples here are really, these are the ones that put me over the edge to really buy something or not. I don't know why. I feel that these are like the best ones. Okay. Now, you can purchase dies individually too. And by individually, I mean in their packet. So, for example, this right here, it does coordinate with the Amazing Silhouette stamp set, and it will tell you if it coordinates with the stamp set, but you purchase them separately. They're no longer bundled with the stamp set, so you don't get a 10% discount, but maybe you don't like the stamp set and you just want the dies. You can order them that way. Same thing with a bundle. If you don't want the stamp set that coordinates with the bundle, you don't have to buy the stamp set. You can buy the bundles, the dies individually, and it tells you the price. But then here, it tells you the bundle price. And really, you know, if you're going to spend $34 on the dies, just bump it up and add the stamp set on. Just saying. That's the way I think about it. Some dies, like the basic border ones here, don't coordinate really with any stamp set. They're just a die cut shape. So sort of like these right here, although this does coordinate with stamp set. But you can see them in use. So sometimes it's a background, things like that. So these add some patterns. So this one just adds some patterns to your cardstock. It doesn't necessarily have to go with a stamp set. It doesn't necessarily coordinate with stamp set, but you could use it on anyone. All right, so all of these here, just fun. Look, they have a new cracker treat box. That looks pretty fun. They have, oh, let's see what's special here. There was something coming up. Oh, mini pocket envelopes. Can't wait to use that. But then something extra. Now, you see me use my layering circle dies all the time. There is what's called stylish shapes. So these are some of my go-tos. My scallop contour, my stitch rectangle. But now this stylish shapes, this is going to be another go-to set. Since I lost out one of my Stitch So Sweetly favorite dies, I am going for this one. This die set contains circles, squares, and banners, and they're all double stitched. So look forward to seeing this used a lot. Right. And some of our dies are also like embossing dies. So the Twigs and Sprigs, you can see that will emboss the paper. Our Stitch Greenery is another one that kind of does a, what's the word I'm looking for? It's not really embossing. It actually like puts little tiny stitching holes in there, but it doesn't cut anything out. So it doesn't cut, it impresses and creates like a perforated mark. I guess that's the best way to say it. I'm not saying it very well, but you'll see me use it. Okay, then we've got our embossing folders on page 176 and 177. You'll see all the new ones that are there. And then page 179 talks about how awesome it is when you host a workshop. Don't be intimidated by that. Hosting a workshop, all that is collecting orders. Or maybe you have a group of people come over and you say, hey, Beth, come on over and show us some cards. Show us how to make some cards. I come over, I show you and your friends how to use the Stampin' Up! Product, and I let you run. You make some cards yourself, and then you all put orders in, and then you can get Hostess Gifts. So you get Stampin' Rewards. And now these are exclusive, again, to only people who place this order. So over $150, and that will give you the opportunity to purchase those. I can't even get them unless I place that large of an order as well. So even though I want this one, I can't get it unless I have my own little workshop. Which, by the way, I am getting that one. I did have that one. And then, of course, our best deal in the catalog is, of course, our our starter kit. Our starter kit is always $99 in the U.S. You get $125 of product that you choose, that you want. Stampin' Up! Doesn't tell you what you should have. You get to pick it out. You don't pay any shipping on it. You pay the sales tax, and it all comes to you. Plus, when you sign up, when you purchase the starter kit, you become a demonstrator. You can demonstrate like I do cards like I do, or you can just shop, be a discount shopper, and get your products for 20% off every single time you place an order. In May, right now, until the 31st of the month, if you choose to purchase the starter kit and join my Ink Trails team, Stampin' Up! Is going to be giving you $66.50 worth of new in-color supplies. So you'll get the in-color grid paper, you'll get the in-color stamp pad, you're going to get the cardstock collection, and the designer series paper. That's on top of the $125 that you pick out yourself. So just sharing that with you. It is, again, the best and most, it's the best piece in the catalog. So it is your greatest offer. It comes with everything that you need to play or to start a business. Totally up to you on what you want to do. No pressure. You don't have to pay anything back or send anything back. If you choose, hey, I don't want to get a discount anymore. I'll just go back to being best customer. That's okay. It's fine. You can do that. They're not going to say, hey, you didn't do this long enough. Nope. You owe us this. Nope. There's no owing. There's nothing. There's no commitment. The last couple pages are our indexes. So you'll see a stamp index. So if you want to find a particular stamp set, you say, okay, I want to find the Charming Sentiments stamp set. So I come over here, I see Charming Sentiments. I have the item code. So if I'm ordering and I just need to get the code, I have it right here. It tells me how much it is. It tells me what page it's on, and also if it's available in English, French. So you'll see English and French when it is multilingual. All right. Our last page here is our accessories index. So it kind of group things. So your adhesive, your die cutting and embossing, your embellishments and ribbon. It tells you what pages those are on. There are some things that I'm probably going to add here because I can't always find what I'm thinking it should be. So I may put a little note into myself saying, oh, yeah, blends are going to be here. So I might just put blends. That way I know what page it's going to be on. So just a quick way, ready reference for you to find things quickly in the catalog. And yes, I do use that a lot. You'll see me a lot of times going, oh, I can't remember what page it's on. Let me look. All right. And then this is just all the Lego stuff, all the things that Stampin' Up! Does, what they do to give back to the community. Stampin' Up! Is all about sharing and inspiration and serving others. So it tells you a little bit about all of those. So there you go. So there is our annual catalog in quite a bit of time. So I hope you enjoyed that. Come back next Sunday. I will be posting an event so you know what time to join me. I just got to figure out what my family is doing. My son is graduating from college, so yeah, we've got to move him out and get him into his next place. So I'm not sure exactly where I'll be when on the weekend, but I will make sure to come back so I can show you all the new things that I've gotten and all the different swap cards and card ideas I have for you. So thanks so much for joining me. I hope you have your catalog. I hope this inspires you. If you have any questions at any time, feel free to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer any of your questions. Until next time I see you, take care and happy stamping.